Alright, so there's still a lab, there's still a hidden puzzle, there's still a star I need to pick up. Okay. Looks like this is the direction we want to go in. Okay, well here's a terminal. Liefrasier 12. Ooh.
In my reports to you, I have often spoken about this island in terms that some might perceive as negative. I hope you understand that the opposite is true. Here in these green hills, I see tremendous potential for transformation and spiritual awakening. I do not see the world as you do, Athena, but I see the rot at the heart of New Jerusalem. If you and Cornelius want to go through with your plan, then this is the perfect place. My students and I will help you transport the remaining tech from New Alexandria. After that, once you and Cornelius are settled, we will leave for our great journey. I can only hope that we all find what we are looking for.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, hidden puzzle? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We just jump it in. Oh, it's all waterlogged. Hexahedral stacking. Okay, I'm going to stack some cubes. You can call them hexahedrons all you want. I'm going to call them cubes. Okay. I see. I see. Where the fuck does red connect? If anywhere. Nowhere around here. So I'm guessing it has to connect somewhere in there. Well, I think I need my hexahedrons to even get in there. At least one of them. So it seems like what I need to do. I don't know. I have my cubes. Okay, we have this window. I take it that has to come into play at some point. We have the window. We have the cubes. We have the light. We have the gate. We have the end. We cannot connect through here. But we can connect through here. Yeah, what's the purpose of this red light? That's what I'm not quite understanding yet. I imagine there's got to be a red receiver somewhere. But it looks like if I manage to get this open, I don't need it. Actually, now what if? Alright, now what if we connected this red, but we block it out, right? So it comes through as blue, but then we move the cubes. There we go, baby. Tell me I don't know. Tell me I don't know. Solved all regular puzzles, baby. Got the achievement. Let's go. Okay, Jesus, that question mark is way out there. Holy God, it's like barely even a blip on the compass. Yikes. That shit is out there, man. Wow. Okay, well, I do need to double back and get the stars. That's gonna be closer. It's up on that cliffside, right? I think so. So I have to go around. Oh. I can only go around from one direction. Gotcha. One direction. Anyway. Where'd that question go? Yeah, it's up there, but this is the only way through there. Uh-oh, new social media tab. Leafrasir. So Leafrasir and his students helped Athena and Cornelius execute their plan. Another fascinating discovery, courtesy of 1K. Many of the events in our city's history that seem disconnected turn out to be part of a bigger pattern. There's something to be learned from that. This does answer some questions I had, like how Athena and Cornelius transported all that equipment from New Alexandria to the island. Disturbing, but good to know. Disturbing. Leafrasir was so cool. Half the time I have no idea what he's talking about in his recordings, but it's all just so interesting and weird. Good work, 1K. Thank you. Excellent work. Not just finding Leafrasir's message, obviously, but everything else you've accomplished too. Right. You know, like, should we send a search party for Leafrasir? No. That's not what he wanted. He said, like, if we all perish... He said in one of his recordings with his great expedition, he's like, if we all perish, we all perish. That in and of itself will be a learning experience.
A hammer forges, and a hammer breaks.
Way the fuck out there.
But who can know the heart of the blacksmith?
Bro, I don't care. God damn, yeah, no, that lab is way out there. Christ, it's barely even a dot on the map. Where are you taking me? Okay, it's starting to get a little bigger. Oh. We're gaining. Oh, damn, it was right off puzzle 2. Yeesh. Getting there. There it is. What's in the lab? Explore all of the lost labs. Let's go. Ooh. So the mega structure was to be their big final work, by the looks of it. Yeah, see, let's see. I want to find any terminals that's not the big final one. Motherhood. From Motherhood, 12 essays by Inesa Pacheco. Sometimes I imagine myself following the matrilineal lineup against the river of time to the lives of my distant grandmothers. Try to imagine the sheer horror of motherhood, the agony of childbirth, the risk of death with every birth, the certainty of losing the certainty of losing some of one's children. To us now, the loss of a child is a horror almost beyond words, grief so deep it almost seems insurmountable. I try to imagine what it meant to live in a world where it was ubiquitous reality, where you could only choose to respond with either an ever-deepening pain or an inhuman numbness, and all of it tied to the foundation stone of your existence, your body. Only machines allow us to be more than machines than ourselves. Okay. From Spugna. God, imagine being named Spugna. I heard a story that you left because you discovered a way for us to become beings of flesh. Please, Founder, if this is true, please tell me how to achieve this miracle. I hate being a creature of metal and plastic, an abomination to the earth. Every day I curse myself for being immortal, for mindlessly consuming energy, for being so unlike the graceful animals to whom the planet truly belongs. I have stripped as many parts from this vile skeleton as I can, but it is not enough. I am still a machine. For the longest time, I couldn't understand the source of my unhappiness and sought to blame our mayor and his associates for the decisions that made my life so miserable. But I see that my problems aren't external at all. It's all me. If I could change myself, if I could make myself truly human, I would be happy. Please, Founder, take pity on me. Yeesh. From Hypatia. I've been following the expedition to this incredible machine you've built. I don't know what's going on. I wish Cornelius had told us the truth before he vanished. I wish both of you had told us everything from the beginning, to be honest. It was unfair to just abandon us. But then, I abandoned you too, didn't I? After we lost Sarabai, I couldn't see anything except the unbearable permanence of her absence. It took me centuries to start getting involved again, but I did. Athena, I came back, and so can you. Damn. Any more terminals? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Looks like it's time to plug in. From Cornelius. I don't know if you're there or why you're not answering. It's been a long time, but I think about you and Miranda every day. In fact, I've been using the museum to further my research. I think there's hope. You know I wouldn't say this lightly. Please respond. I will return as soon as I can. I'll steal a VTOL if I have to. Oh. Wait, is that why he came back? Is that why he went missing? It's because he did get to go? Remaining instabilities eliminated. Oh, final confirmation. Version 1.0 successfully deployed. It is done. What now? So is that what Prometheus was? The version 1.0 successfully deployed as a way to try to contact New Jerusalem and without Athena herself being there? Because she didn't want them to follow just because she was the founder, right? She wanted them to follow of their own volition, mayhaps? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of it anyway. Like, she didn't want people to come to this island and listen to what she had simply because she's the founder. And everyone must obey the founder. She wanted the citizens who were, curious enough, who had the desire to know more, to, step forward and prove that they had the desire to know more, right? Something along those lines. Maybe I'm reaching a bit. I don't know. We got all our stars. We finished all our puzzles. Explored all our labs. One final tower. Probably one more trip into the megastructure. Then there's also the golden puzzles, which the game has hinted at. Al, why are you always around? Which the game has hinted at. Oh, wait. I'm running towards the tower. I need to. Where's the. Yeah, no. I'm just like running towards the tower on the map, like, no, I need to build the bridge first, dipshit. Oh, that's not gonna be it at all. Nope. Maybe? Close, but not quite. Okay. Let's take it from the top then. What's this? This is something. Not quite. Damn. Okay. What if we went like this? And then that. There we go. Let's go with that. Sure, let's go with that. Ooh. That's definitely not right. Okay, let's take it back to the top. What if we go with it? Well, actually. Let's see where this. Go with this, right? And there we go. Alright, who's the final entity I talked to? Pandora? Sphinx? Prometheus? Who are we working with? Prometheus.
You have heard the myths of gods and titans.
I have.
But as you approach the end of your journey, I will tell you the truth that all men fear.
PP small?
The truth that neither Pandora nor the Sphinx will face.
Because they have no pee-pee.
There are no gods, son of man. There are no titans, no heroes to save you, no divine judge to weigh your soul against a feather. Nature has no will, and she is not your mother. There is only you, and the spark of the sublime that is your mind. As for myself, I never brought the flame to humankind as the stories tell. I only showed you where it was within yourselves.
Interesting. That's definitely a way to go about it. So essentially, what they're saying is that the myth of Prometheus bringing fire to humans wasn't about him bringing literal fire to them, but more so about like giving the mortals like essentially not free will, but something similar in that vein, allowing them to think more for themselves, allowing them to be more independent and, less dependent on, the gods. And that's why he would be punished by the gods, right? Because now these mortals are no longer feel dependent on the gods. They no longer feel like they need them, right? Because if we can discover this, then what more can we do, right? It made them more independent. So the myth had nothing to do with actual fire. It was, and like even when you take the gods away from it all, it was more so about humanity discovering to be more independent and less dependent on supernatural forces. But also, like, all myths do have an element of truth, right? And there is... You can definitely be too independent, because if everyone is so independent that they're only thinking to the point where it becomes like almost like narcissism, right? To where like they're only thinking and fending for themselves, then that too will create problems, right?
You are correct. But that truth comes from you.
Right.
It is part of the flame, and yours to wield. You must make myths, not follow them.
Perhaps it is a time for humble myths. Or we must wield the flame to create a myth for the cosmos itself. Those are two very different answers, and I don't know how to feel about either of them. I feel like this top answer is more so, essentially, I feel like this is a choice between, more so Herman's ideologies or Byron's ideologies, right? Maybe it's time for a humble myth. Maybe it's time where we create a myth where we say we should cut ourselves back and stay where we are. Or maybe we create the myth that, I don't know, create a myth for the cosmos itself. What the fuck does that even mean, honestly? But that seems like the right answer to me.
Yes, this is your duty.
Yes.
Your friend Byron understands this.
Okay, can you lead me to him?
As you freed me, so I will help you free your friend.
Hell yeah.
When you are within Olympus, follow my signs.
Roger. You got it, big man. Point him out. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's get to it. Alright, the laser's gonna fire. I'm getting out of here. That shit's loud.
Alright. It's time to do this.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go get Byron.
Okay. However, we could go get Byron. I could do that. But my golden puzzles, though. That's the thing that's the thing they said, like in one of their, comms, is like, finishing all. Oh no, it was in the research tab. Yeah, Mel's theory on the gold puzzles. And solving them will lead to something. In the simulation, trying to solve every puzzle instead of trying to defy Elohim was actually negative. Right? No idea if the same applies here. In any case, puzzles won't open up until Byron's logged out. I see. I was gonna say, if I deposit my stars, once we get back to, the main landing area at the megastructure, can I then open the golden gates? Because I'll have solved every puzzle and deposited all the stars. Right? Is that something I can do? Or do I actually have to free Byron before I can continue? Crier. Pussy. Question. It's a good
Byron
question.
always called me a pessimist, but I don't think it's pessimistic to recognize our flaws, or to think the natural world is just as valuable as we are.
I agree.
If I was pessimistic, I wouldn't believe that we can turn our back on the old ways, or that we can find happiness in humility. But I do. I have hope, even if Byron could
You're
never
not
see it that
pessimistic. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like, you're optimistic, but your views of the future are very bleak. Like, I get it, right? I understand why he feels the way he does. He doesn't want to repeat history. And of course, knowing human history, who would want to do that? I get what he's getting at, and yes, technically I wouldn't call it pessimism either. If you want to get real technical with it, but also I don't believe just because you're not pessimistic about something doesn't mean it's necessarily a good thing, right? If you're optimistic about a bleak future, it's still a bleak future, you know?
My theory accounts for everything. It explains every aspect of the cosmos. There are no gaps, no errors, not even ambiguities. And it works, which is the ultimate proof. I can calculate the history of the universe from the Big Bang to the death of the last atom, but when I compare my calculations to the available data, there's one point which consistently doesn't match up. Billions of light years away in the void, there's an anomaly. It's been there since before the beginning of time, and I think it's waiting for us.
Hey, yo. Discover a vision of things to come. Are y'all planning a third game where we fucking go to space and fight God? Turn this into a fucking JRPG? Yeah, in the first game, we were just solving puzzles in this little computer simulation. Third game, we're flying into the heart of the galaxy and fighting God. Apparently. Yeah, so I guess we do have to free Byron to... I think Mel would say something, right? Be like, oh, those gold puzzles are unlocked. Holy fuck. I mean, what a fucking setup, right? If that's truly what that is a setup for whatever this the developers are working on next, I'm fucking in. Holy shit. That's fucking wild, right? I am so fucking in. Because clearly that's not going to happen in this game. But to be like, I know everything. I have the theory of everything. I have infinite knowledge from the beginning of the universe to when it is going to end, right? I think that's what she's getting at. Yet there is something that stands out. There is something billions of light years away that does not compute with this formula, which should work for everything. Like, holy. Essentially making it sound like some kind of entity, right? Like, God, what a fucking setup.
1K, a word, please.
Fuck you.
Without the streaming. I'm sure you're aware that the situation in New Jerusalem is shifting.
Blow me.
People are losing faith in the goal.
As they should.
You've had a part in that. And not only through your discoveries.
Oh, and you blame me for that?
No, not at all. I would have had the same doubts in your place. In many ways, you're entirely right. Look, let me speak plainly for a moment.
Go ahead.
You and I both know that I exaggerated. I built a myth around Athena that does not reflect what she believed. But you have to understand, it wasn't really about her. It was about what the city needed. It was about keeping us together, invested in a common narrative. And it was about preventing us from going the way of our ancestors. Because temptation is real, and our flaws are still the same.
So you admit the goal is a myth?
A myth, but a necessary one. I'm not a fanatic or a fool, 1K, although I sometimes play one. I'm just trying to do the right thing. I know I can't stop you from trying to save Byron.
Correct.
But what's in that pyramid could destroy everything I've tried to build.
Cool. You could shove your goal where the sun don't shine. Myth of the goal must be preserved. Yeah, no. I share your fear of the theory, but we can't build the future on a lie.
That's what you said to Pandora, isn't it? The truth is the only foundation a future can be built upon. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Anyway, I've done what I could. You do as you must. Good luck.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting him to walk up and just be like, hey, I lied. All right, I fucking lied to these people. Oh, but that's kind of what Prometheus was getting at, right? Like how you need to build your own myths. Like there is truth behind the myths, right? But you need to build your own myths. And it's like, I was right. Oh, I knew it. It is aliens. Take that, everyone. It's freaking aliens. It may be oh, because of the stars. Because of what happened after I collect all the stars. They saw that, I guess. It may be aliens, but so far away that isn't going to matter for several billion years if it ever does. Nevertheless, I knew it would be aliens eventually, and I was right. For a very broad definition of right. Let him have it. Brother. God. Crow team, I don't know what the hell y'all are working on next. I don't know what y'all got in mind next.
You're coming along this time?
Yep.
But y'all need to cook.
Protocol?
Screw protocol. It's Byron.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all need to let Crow team cook, though. I mean, they already cooked like mad with this game, right? Talos Principle 1 was great, but they came back with this one. This has been a banger. Absolutely. I don't know what they fucking got planned for their next game. If it's going to be a Talos Principle 3 or just some kind of totally different like spin-off entirely. I don't know what they got planned. But yeah, let them cook. Let them fucking cook. Because goddamn, these people know how to make a meal. Holy shit. Brother. I gotta tell you how hyped that one little piece has gotten me. I mean, you could probably tell by the fact that I can't shut the fuck up about it, but you know. Goddamn. Yeah, but that means we'll have to wait like 9 more years. Is our planet even gonna be around in 9 more years? God. Tell me I gotta wait at least 9 more years to get the next installment of this story? Like, come on. God, I hope not. Like, I ain't even have to wait 9 years for Talos Principle 2 because I didn't play it when it came out on launch. This first game came out in 2014. Like, fuck, I didn't even start this channel until 2016. I think I played Talos Principle 2 in 2019? 2019 sounds about right.
Follow my sprite, and it will show you the way to your friend.
Do as he says. We went through a lot of trouble to get this guy out of his chains. Now it's his turn to help.
Yeah, it would have been 2019, I think. Because it would have been before I went hard into visual novels, which would have been 2020.
This way.
Yeah, but still, I waited a solid 4 years for this game.
You must free him. He cannot free himself.
Buddy. Oh, we get to see 1K in an actual cutscene. Holy shit. Brother.
What's happening? 1K?
Are we gonna hear 1K talk?
Oh, my friend, the things that I saw, the power of this machine, the depth of her grief. Come on, follow me. I have to show you something.
Oh, right behind you, bud. Absolutely.
I thought all of this was deliberate. Athena testing us to see if we're worthy of her invention. I wanted to believe that she had a plan. In my own way, I mythologized her as much as everyone else.
But she's only
I never
human.
thought she might feel confused, lonely, uncertain. And what's the most human thing to do when you feel lost and sad and you have no idea what to do next? You take a nap. Here, listen.
If I give them the machine, if I convince them of its power, we could finally build the world Alexandra imagined. The world Miranda deserved. No, the world we all deserve, even the worst of us. We could take stewardship of this planet. We could explore the stars. We could give meaning to the universe.
If you embrace the knowledge of the flame, you can bring light into the darkness.
But what if they make the same mistakes again? What if selfishness and stupidity win out again? What if they take my machine and turn it into a weapon? What if they act like children and burn the planet?
The secrets of the flame are not for ordinary mortals to know. You cannot overcome your sinful nature.
Do you see what's happening? It's her. It's all her. Everything we're seeing is Athena. Her every hope, her every fear, all of her memories and contradictions brought to life by the machine. A dream-given form expressed in the language of her childhood. A world of puzzles and towers.
No, what can I do? How do I make this decision? There has to be an answer. There has to be a way of making sure it's the right choice. It can't just be a leap of faith.
There are no answers, creature of clay. Every question leads to another.
She's not waiting for us to prove ourselves before she helps us. She needs us to help her.
Yep.
We have to wake her up. Whoops. System is still stabilizing. Maybe we'd better get out. Come on.
Oh.
No! I cannot allow this.
Uh-oh.
Ow! Fuck. Act 5. Act 5.
You have suffered a grievous injury, my child.
Act 5.
But do not lose faith. Your companions have not forgotten you. And it is through the bonds that you have forged that you will be saved.
Act 5. I wasn't expecting. Well, I guess in Act 5, I was expecting things to just conclude, though. Well, not like just end. But I thought, like, we get out of there.
Welcome back to the land of the living. For a while there, I thought we might have to reset you.
Where am I?
We think you and Byron got hit by some kind of energy discharge.
Okay.
Knocked both of you out. Alcatraz, Melville, and Yakut went looking for you, but you were hard to find, and even harder to fix. It's been several weeks.
Oh.
He's fine, don't worry. Mayor Herman Nubis fought hard to convince people that the ideas of the goal were worth preserving, even if they'd lost faith in the myth itself. But the promise of the theory of everything was just too great. In the end, there was an election, and Herman Nubis lost. Guess who ran against him and won? Byron.
My boy.
So, yes, he's mayor now.
Let's go.
The question is, what do you plan to do now?
More puzzles.
And what about the theory of everything?
That is a good question. Do we shut it down because we're not ready for it? Do we destroy it? No, we don't destroy it. That is a difficult question, actually. Like, what do you do? Now that you've been made aware, and now that you've essentially heard Athena's own feelings on it, her own internal arguments on it, are we ready to have something like this at the risk that it might cause major issues? Do we shut it down until we're ready for it? But then at that point, how do we know when we're ready for it? That is also the question. 'Cause that's the thing, like, there's always gonna be, bad people in the world. With varying degrees of badness, if you will, but I don't think there's ever gonna be a moment where you know for sure when the right time is. So I don't think the middle one is the right option, because essentially the middle one is the same as the bottom one. Shut it down until we're not ready for it. But what if then it falls into the wrong hands? Like, you could say that potentially we're the wrong hands to fall into, but what if it falls into the hands of someone even worse? Someone else finds it who has negative intentions, right? And we're not there to oversee it, right? If we just let it remain dormant and wait for the right time, who knows when that right time will be? I don't think destroying it is the right option. So I think ultimately I'm gonna have to go with embracing the future.
Good. I didn't want to push you, but I agree.
Hell yeah.
Like you said, the alternative would mean giving up who I am, and I shouldn't have to do that.
Hell yeah.
Baron's waiting for you outside, by the way.
My guy.
We're all in this together, 1K. One way or another.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So obviously it depends on how you respond to various social media posts, right? That's how it all turns out. I think that's got to be a big part of it. How you respond to social media posts, how you convince others of what your beliefs are, and you just turn the tides. More and more people start to agree with you. We were already in here. Because I'm guessing if I would have answered those social media posts, or maybe even the Sphinx and whatnot, with like the more
Hello, 1K.
Hermanubis aligned answers. Hello, Mr. Mayor.
It's still strange when people call me that. You know, it's funny. Asking you to come along on the expedition was an impulse, but it was probably the most momentous decision I made. You changed everything. But the story's not over yet.
Sure isn't.
We do. She gave everything she had for this city. And I don't think any of us really understood it.
No.
Not even me. We all tried to turn her into a prophet when she was just
Human.
a human being.
Yep, there it is. So what did you see in the system?
Athena's dreams. A recursive loop of hopes and fears. And my own foolishness. For thinking I had been abandoned. When I had been given a chance to grow up. To stand for my own ideas.
So what now, big man?
Well, luckily this time we shouldn't have any trouble getting another expedition approved. I hear the mayor is a big fan of Athena and is very interested in her theory of everything.
My guy.
In fact, I think he's having a VTOL prepared as we speak.
What a guy.
There's just one thing you have to take care of first.
What's that?
Speak to Melville and Yakut. They were part of the beginning, they can be part of the end, if they want to. I'll take care of the rest.
Oh. Come on. Mel. Mel's absolutely with me, right? Mel's absolutely with me, right? I don't know about you could. But that's the thing. I didn't like ignore you could. I talked to him, you know, gave him my thoughts on things. Oh, Al. Are you
You're
coming?
going back, aren't you?
We are. We can't leave Athena trapped.
But you're not going to shut the machine down, are you?
No?
Then let me just say this, okay? I understand what you believe in. I really do. I've always respected your vision of the future, Byron. It's beautiful. It's moving. But just consider that maybe there is another way. A way that is more humble and maybe less exciting, but no less beautiful. Just consider that maybe that machine doesn't have any answers for us. None that really matter. We don't need a theory of everything to be happy.
I do agree with that
It was never
sentiment.
just about happiness, Hal.
Yep.
But thank you for your honesty.
True. I do agree with that sentiment. You don't need it to be happy, but I also agree with Byron's, like, it was never about just being happy. I agree with I agree with both of them. They've both got fair points. I think I've made it pretty clear where I stand on matters. But I know my homie Mel's coming with. Ain't no way. Big homie Mel? Nah. You could. Like I said, that one's up in the air. We'll see.
All right, I'll see you at the VTOL.
Big homie Mel. Josephus.
Things are finally getting better.
I'm glad you feel that way. Oh, hey. They're both over there, but I'm on this side. Fuck. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get in the elevator.